Hello, today I will show you how I made the letter with the fabric, like these letters. I made these for, I need to make a Grace name for baby shower. I make letter C and I make letter E. I will let you know now how I made these letters with the fabric. It's so easy. What I need for make letter example A. I need two pieces red like this. I doubled red piece because I make a letter front and back the same color. This is the order for, for baby shower. I make letter C and I will glue after that, or sewing between these. I start with C and E. You can start whatever, I think any letters you want to try, and any fabric you have in home. I will show you how I made these letters. I print these letters I write the name Grace from the Word document and print these in font size 450. You can do it any size you want. I used this font. I used any type of font too. I used the two pieces of fabric that I'm not cutting here. I will cut front of you. I to use fabric. I buy this fabric from Walmart. You can buy any fabric for any kind of fabric or any felt. You can try with two pieces before, and you can fill it with stuff like this after. But I do it my letter with this without filling inside anything. I used felt inside, like inside here. How I made the letter with sewing machine. I need scissor. I need two fabric, two piece fabric, one in the front, one in the back, any color you want, and the two piece in felt. And brings the letter I want to do it. I want to do letter A now, and I need any kind of thread or yarn or any things you want, and just bend you used, and the needles. I buy these from Walmart because I am here from America. I am live in America now. And if you fill it with the stuff, you need stuff like that. I don't need it. I don't want it. Keep it in front of me. How I start to do it? I did this letter from Word, printed from my Word. Size is 450. You can do whatever size you want. I need to put it the letter here like that, and I use this pen like this because I don't need to lose it the size I want. And after that I will cut the letter A, and I need other one here. And I need another one here too. I open my box. You can sewing this letter in sewing machine. You can use it by your hand. I teach you today how I use sewing this letter with your hand. I need put this here in the other side, and after that I hold the four sides here, this side and the other side. I use the two piece of fabric and the two piece of felt inside. Now I will cut letter A. Maybe you will cut half, and after you finish you cut the other half, and whatever you need you can do it. I will show you. You cut now with the 4 pieces together like that, and I make letter C. I will show you all the tricks and how I made this, and letter E too. It's so easy. You can cut now. It's so easy if you know how you draw the letters without the print. It's up to you. You can use just your hand write the letter, but because this is order asked for me, I need professional things like all the same side or the same. I printed these from Word document in size 450 because I need all the letters the same. I made letter C the same size with letter E, and after that they need these for baby shower hanged in the wall. And now I cut this side, and I cut four pieces together. Here I cut the other side here, and I will show you how you sewing with your hand. You can use your sewing machine if you have. I have sewing machine. I make a different things with different materials, with different shapes. You can look in my page. I had the names too with different stuff in my page. Here I cut this side and the other side. You can now finish this side and after that make inside, and or you can cut all the places. I will cut and show you after. Like that. It's so easy if you hold all the 4 pieces together like that. It's not hard cutting. The fabric is not hard to cut. You need use the good scissors too, because don't make a mistake with your stuff. Here, like this. You can cut this after. I will show you how I made this. I need hold all these 4 pieces together because I don't need to lose it before I start. Or you can trace it the letter without put it like that, but this is easy for me. I don't need to make a marker in my fabric. You can use your pen or your pencil, make a marker, but I don't need to see any markers in my fabric. I bring these needles. I use this side. I buy these from Walmart. I buy these from Shein. You can use this in a sewing machine. Because this one is so thick, I use the multiply. I use the 4 or 5, whatever color you want, whatever size you want. I will show you how I made this. Maybe I started. You can start whatever place you have. You want. I will start here from, because I need to make this side and edges here for you. Teach you how you make an edge. Here, I start between. You see, between. I put my needle inside and hiding this in the middle. I don't need to see it in my work. You see, hiding inside. Now I close it with my hand and hold like that. Here you need to make sure when you put your needles, you throw all these 4 here. Don't need to lose any one of these. Here I put like that. You see, It's coming from four fabric. And now you turn it like that. Make sure make secure for your, just in the first one only. After that you not will do that. Here I make it secure for my, now you need to start just in the first one only. After that you not do that. Here hold it, you see my thread, hold it like that, put it in a bag and put your needles inside. It's easy for you if you make, because if this is the first time for you, you're supposed to make a marker in your hand like that, because you need to follow the markers here. You need to do it. If you know how you sewing with your noodles, it's easy for you. Now this one is here, is the first line. After that you will, because you see all is the same size. It's coming so good. How it's coming like that, I follow, because I know now how I figure out with my eyes. I don't need to draw in my hand here like that. But if you start just starting sewing with your hand, you use any kind of thread and any kind of fabric, doesn't matter. But this is for girls, that's why I need a red and make a hair letters. After that put it my thread in a bag. I hold it with the other finger here, just to make sure it's not go anywhere, and leave it the first line here with the first one. I go in the second one like that, but make sure throwing with all four here like that. After that I put my thread under my needles like you see here, under my needles here, and pull it up, the first one coming here, and I will make the second one. I put my thread in the back here like that. I go here and I put my needles. I throwing all the four pieces like that, and grab my thread and under my needles, and throw all. I hold it here with my hand. Make sure not go anywhere, because I used a lot of multiple one. If you use the one, it's not hard when you just start. I prefer you use just one, because it's easy for you. You can use here. You see, oh, this is the same, because you follow your step, your trick one. Put your thread back, hold it with your another finger, and go here with your needles and with the other line, and make sure it's throwing with all these four, and coming here the thread under, and make sure holding with other finger here, and pull it the needles, and you will see all the same. You need to work all that with the same way. It's so easy. If you work with two fabric, it doesn't matter how many fabric you use. I just to show you what I work here. I put my thread here, and after you work like that, you can fill it inside if you want to. But I told you I don't need fill my stuff, because I already put it filled inside like that. How I complete this until I show you how I make the edges like that. If you like my my video, my stuff I do it, you can encourage me, or you can subscribe or follow or like my page. Here I go through here. If you have any question, you can ask. Here I go through, put my thread under here with the needles. If you had this, you need to pull it with your needles, and after that pull it like that. you will have all the same. Front and the back is the same here. Remember, if you work with the first time, you supposed need something to help you how you go without making a mistake. Now here, holding with your finger, put this back. Now I make a letter E, don't forget. Here I make E and C. I put my thread needles here. Make sure holding all the 4 pieces like that. Holding my thread to make sure you see. Coming here with this one. Make sure fix all my step here. All the same size here because I make a lines in my hand, my finger here, and I put the first one here, the first one, and put the thread in the back like that, and holding with the other finger, and put my needles in the you see the other line here, and go here, and I make sure my needles, I don't know how I spelling right or wrong, sorry, but I make sure I throwing all the 4 and put my thread in the back like that. Make sure holding here and until I throw all my things inside like that. It will be coming all the same. If you see this here, one get up, I need to pull it all the things with my needles and throwing it not will show you again because you fix it like that. Here I need to make it because my eyes, I told you, know where I go. I don't need to use this in my finger because I made a lot of letters and I made a lot of shapes before, and at Christmas too I made shapes like that, like a tree and heart and everything, but I know where I go now. Without looking with my finger, I need to make sure all the pieces, and I'm not going like that. I need to put my thread under here and holding with my finger here, and until I throw all these steps. I make it again until make it the edge with you. Here, throw all the things. I put my thread under here, holding with my finger. If you practice, if you hard in the beginning, but when you practice time by time, you will figure out how you fix it without. Sometimes they working without looking because they practice and practice. Like everything, if you practice, you can do it easily. I make sure all here the straight. I need to make the straight be in the back like that. Go through all these 4 and put my thread in the back like that. Here I just teach you step by step. If you want anything, you can ask me. You send me a message or whatever you want. I made. You can help you with. I know some stuff here. Here I make sure all in the back. put this in the back like that. This is the last one in this line, and after that I switch it. Here I make sure all the four here I put under here. I holding with my finger here. I told you this is my thread from supposed to for sewing machine, but I used this a lot with the sewing with my hand. It looks good when you finish. Is the gold they had so good. That's why I use it for a lot of stuff else for sewing with my hand. Now I show you how I make it edges like that. Here I turn my work here. I finish this side and I turn it. I go in the same one here. I make sure throwing all the four and put my thread in the back like that, holding my thread here and pull it. Because I told you I used a lot of one that happen when you not pay attention with if you used one or two is not you don't have this problem. Here I work with the side now with the edge here in the back like in the front too. How I make the continue the edge, I fix this first after I show you. Here I put my thread back and holding with the other finger. I work the same in this side. I'm sorry if I'm moving a lot. Here I go put my thread here, my needles, and then put my thread under here and holding with the other finger like that. Here I make the another one. Here guys, so easily you can work in the other edge here. I go this way. I make sure I holding all the four. I use the multiply one here because this is it's not so skinny. That's why I use the eight pieces. I move this one here. The other one I turn my work like that. I work with this side now until this finish. I go in the same one I finished the last one and make sure throw all these four and put my thread all my here under and holding with my finger. See here how easily finished all these. I can remove this now, I don't need it. Here I make the same. If I told you, if you don't know how you sewing with your hand and make this design, you need just draw two lines in your hand, in your finger, and just put this finger in the back like that. If you start with here, you need to do with the other one, but your thread in the back like that, front of the, you see, front of the top of the first line, and holding with the other finger and go with the second line and go here and make sure throwing all these four and put my thread under the needles here, and sew this like that. You see how clean your work after you finish. You can figure out how you work. It's so easy. I make a Grace name. They ask what Grace, whose Grace. Um, for costume, for somebody ask me. Um, Somebody ask, can you make an order for make a Grace for baby shower? I say yes. And her name is Grace, and this is name for baby shower. They need to hang these in the room. They will make a baby shower on. That's why I made this so easily. You use the fabric, any kind of fabric. I use the red because Grace is girl, and use the other red here. You can use whatever color you want. And I use a filter inside. You can use the any fabric, and you can fill it with stuff inside. You can fill it like that. After I made another video with fill it letter inside, you can see from my page. But this one I don't need a fillet because I made like this letter here. I use the fabric, two kind of fabric, one fabric and one felt, I told you. And I use this thread. Supposed to this, I buy this from Shein. You can buy it whatever, or any gold you can have it. I supposed to this for sewing the machine, but I used it for sewing with my hand too. And I use the needles because I make sure put my stuff in the same side and holding all my, and remove it after you finish. I finished C and E, and this is letter A. I show you here in this video how I cut. I bring it fabric and I cut it front of you, and starting with here. It doesn't matter where you start. You can start whatever any place. I show you how I make the H2. It's so easy. It's the same. If you first time sewing with your hand, you need to make 2 lines here if you want this design. If you need to make it, it's so easy. You can do it. Just to make a first line here and put the lines on, and go follow the other line here, and make sure it's throwing with all 4 here, throwing with all 4, and put the thread under here the needles like that here, and pull it with the needles here. It's so easy, guys. You can do it any letters or with any fabric, with any felt you have. You can try any pieces at home first before you buy it, whatever you want. You can start using any fabric. You can use any needles you have. I buy these. I show you. I buy 2 kind of needles. I buy this for canvas with a big hole inside, and these 2 with like this. I buy this from Walmart. You can use whatever size you have. This is size from 14 to 18. I choose one. I bring a lot of these. Before I had this one and this one, but I can't use the big one because the big one I will show you here make big hole in my fabric. I don't want that. That's why I use the smallest one. The smallest one, not make a hole like big like the other one here. That's why I use this one, and they make it easy, more than the smallest one. The smallest one, it will be harder for you when you use. You can use whatever. You can use the, if you make sorry, if you can use, if you just use the one of this thread, you can use the small one like this, but it will be harder for you when you finished your work. That's why I bring a big one and show you how you make it easy for you. And if you have any question, you can ask. Now, today I will show you, I showed you how I cut the letter from inside the fabric, and how I sewing with sewing with my hand, not sewing with machine, and so easily make letters. Any letters you can make. I made C letters and E letters, and this is A letters. And after I will make the edge in the back, I will go cut in the inside and will fill it inside. But after, make sure all outside and is clean, and you need to see how clean these letters, if they hang it in the wall, if they put leave it in the girl's room after, how clean in the front and in the back. Here you make it, you just draw in your hand the lines, 2 lines, and you need to make sure is working. It's not hard to work this. And thank you for watching. Thank you so much. Bye.